Hi guys, welcome to a new series, North Node in Cancer. I'm wearing my pajamas. Pajamas is a universal symbol of comfort, of nurturing, of cozy at home, underneath your covers or not, but it has to do with comfort, with coziness, with warmth, with nurturing. So when I say welcome to North Node in Cancer, I'm saying welcome home. This one's dear to me because I have North Node in Cancer. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about is going to come from personal experience. I've lived it, I know how it feels like, I know how you guys feel. So before we dive into the specifics of Cancer North Node, let's give you a general idea about Capricorn South Node. Capricorn South Nodes, you guys are my workaholics. We know how to work hard. We're not afraid of hard work. We're not afraid of obstacles. And the more difficult, the better. The tougher, the better. The more steep the ladder that we have to climb, the better. Because Capricorn gives himself life. Capricorn gives himself worth through hard work. Through hard work, achievement, diplomas, recognition, people looking up to us, applause. We want to be, we don't mind working hard, and we want to be acknowledged for that. We want people to look up to us and say, oh my God, you, the true goat, because the symbol of the Capricorn is that mountain goat, right? So a true goat, the greatest one of all, greatest of all time. That's what Capricorn wants in their heart. They want, in their mind, they want that recognition, and they don't mind putting in the hard work. They don't mind putting in the hours. They don't mind sacrificing everything around them for achievement, for that gratification that comes from achievement. So my workaholics, people who are not afraid of responsibility, people who are not afraid to step into any situations, no matter how crazy, no matter how volatile, to come in and say, I got this, guys. Capricorn is the father of the zodiac. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. They're both nurturing, but they do it in different ways. Capricorn, being the father of the zodiac, is tough. He's strict. He does not like a lot of emotion. He sees emotions as weakness. Capricorn South Nodes hate to display weakness, because weakness means that I'm not strong. That means that I will not climb to the mountain. That means somebody else will be better than me. We're competitive like Aries South Nodes, but we do it in a sense of achievement, like we have to achieve. Without it, we're nothing. We don't know who we are unless we're working hard, unless we're producing, and everybody gets to see it, and everybody gets to look at us and say, wow, you're amazing. We want that. But the pitfall with this is that in this lifetime, because Capricorn is in the South Node, we overdid that. We overworked ourselves. We overworked ourselves to death. We ignored everything that had to do with our own comfort. We ignored everything that had to do with our own families, our emotions, our hearts. We probably don't even know what it feels like to feel, because we suppressed our hearts and our feelings so much, because feelings meant weakness. If I'm weak, I will be defeated. If I'm weak, my enemy. And with Capricorn South Nodes, we are competitive, and we kind of see everybody as, if it's not me, then he's gonna be. If you're not first, you're last. Kind of like Aries South Node. So for us, showing emotions meant weakness. It means somebody can take advantage of us, and we do not like that. So I guarantee you, Capricorn South Nodes, very disconnected from feelings. Uncomfortable with feelings, uncomfortable with emotions, uncomfortable with crying. I guarantee you, if you freaking cry, you're doing it somewhere hidden where nobody can see you. Even women, guys, even women, I was very uncomfortable with crying, very. I did not want anybody to see me as weak. I had to prove to everybody, including myself, that I was tough, that nothing can get me, that I can do this, that nobody can do it better than me. That's another pitfall for Capricorn. We are so used to taking charge. We're so used to doing everything on our own and being completely independent from others that we don't trust others to get things done. We think that we're the smartest, we think we're the best, we're the most efficient, we are the best. And so we can look down upon others and say, well, you're never gonna be good enough. Your work is never gonna be good enough to my standards. Capricorn South Nodes, huge standards, huge. And just as we are critical of others, and saying, not good enough, this is not good enough, you can do better, 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 better. We do that to ourselves. So that critic that's on the outside is also on the inside, doing the same thing, driving us and saying, you can do better, you can do better. Stop your crying, wipe your tears, very masculine. Get out there and do it, because if you don't do it, nobody's gonna do it. So Yeah. So now with North Node in Cancer, you are here to get off that mountain. You're here to get off the corporate ladder. You're here to get off that desire for achievement, for desire to recognition. You're here to put on your pajamas, literally and figuratively, and freaking nurture. And first, you're gonna have to nurture yourself. You're gonna have to get in touch with your emotions. You're gonna be brought to your knees with feelings, and it's going to be very uncomfortable for you. You're not going to know what to do. You may be at a funeral and you're not going to know what to feel. Somebody's cat just died and you'll be like, well, fuck, I don't feel anything. Almost like no empathy. But it's not because you guys don't have it. It's just that it's been buried deep inside of you so much through so many lifetimes. You forgot that connection to your heart that you literally can't feel emotions. And some people may say, gosh, you're so cold. You're so cold. You have no heart. People told me that before. And you don't understand. You're like, well, but it's true. Like literally, you're so disconnected from that part of you that in this lifetime, you will be forced to connect to that. You will not find pleasure in career advancement. You will not find pleasure in busy work. You will not find pleasure. You may think, but the more you do it, the more you work hard, the more you climb the ladder, the more you ignore your own comfort, your own emotions, the unhappy you're gonna be, to the point where you might freaking collapse. You might get sick, you might get fired, only to freaking stop you in your tracks and force you to spend time by yourself, to forget about achievement, to forget about all of that, spend time alone, get to know your emotions, get to know, watch movies, get to know that emotional part of you, bring it out, and you're gonna have a lot of crying, guys. I'm telling you, a lot of crying where you're gonna have to accept that, gosh, I'm strong, but I don't need to be so strong. I don't need to carry the world on my shoulders. Somebody else can do it. I can just relax. I can just make some soup and just sit here and watch This Is Us, and cry my heart out. That's good for you. Even though your mind may say this is stupid, it's a waste of time, we have so much work to do. It's the best thing for you. It's just to sit there underneath your blankets with a good movie, emotional movie, something that's gonna pull on those strings and freaking make you cry. And the more you cry, the better. So as you learn to nurture yourself, after that, you'll be able to nurture others. You'll still be tough because when you bring in that Capricorn South Node toughness, it's not going anywhere. But now you're going to do it with a motherly approach, with a nurturing approach. You're not going to be that strict father figure that says, no, this is not good enough. You're going to be nurturing. You're going to be strong. You're going to be a huge rock for whoever needs you, because you have the strength and then you'll have the empathy and the feeling part. It's a beautiful combination. All right, so now we're going to dive into each house specifically to give you an idea what you're working with, okay? All right. North Node in Cancer in the 4th house. Easy. Not easy to accomplish, but easy to explain. So we're putting the North Node in Cancer in its own house, the 4th house. So before we go there, let's go to what you're coming into this lifetime with. Capricorn South Node in the 10th. What does that mean? You are very good at being in charge. You were a very powerful person in other lifetimes. You held positions of power, and I mean power. I'm talking about like the Queen of England. I'm talking about like some kind of prime minister. I'm talking about some kind of president, somebody who was in charge, somebody who was powerful, somebody who was an authority figure, somebody who was a powerful CEO, somebody who was the leader of something big, because 10th house is the house of, the spotlight, the public persona. You were somebody who was very powerful, and you have very good experience of taking charge, of ruling. You have a lot of experience of having a lot of power and managing it very well, being very efficient, being very stern, precise in how you run something. You ran countries, you ran empires, you ran corporations. I'm talking about big. It's not difficult for you to take charge. You are probably the biggest workaholic in the birth chart, in the zodiac world, because Capricorn in the 10th, Capricorn is in its own house, the 10th house. So you were very hardworking. You accomplished a lot in other lifetimes. Without people like you, we would be screwed, because we need people like that who come in, who are strong, who are not afraid to take charge, to take responsibility, to be authority, and just to rule us, because a lot of people they need an authority figure. So the detriment to that is that you were working so hard that you sacrificed everything for that. You sacrificed a lot for your public persona. You sacrificed a lot for your need for recognition. You were recognized, you were either hated, or you were respected. You were well respected. Respect in the outer world is very important for you, because that's what you know. That's what you're used to. You're used to people have very strong reactions to you because you are powerful. When somebody is powerful, they command respect. Either people fear them, or they worship them, or they just, but either way, they follow them. So in the 10th, I could say there could be traces of a tyrant, because Capricorn is very hardworking. Capricorn does not like to waste time. Capricorn has no problem shutting down its emotions, shutting down its fears. The biggest fear Capricorn has is the fear of failure. So you, in order to get over that fear, you took up responsibility, you took up important positions. So you, because you're so hardworking and you're so driven, and you're not afraid of long hours and working nights and just not eating, maybe just work, you probably demanded that of others. So you probably pushed a lot of people to the edge in their accomplishments, and that was good, because some people needed that. Some people need that. Guys, nothing is bad in creation. There's a need for everybody in this life. Everybody's got a place. So people like that, Capricorn in the 10th, they are amazing, because they can come in and show us what it's like to work hard, what it's like to accomplish, what it's like to be focused, driven, and you do not accept failure. It's your biggest fear of Capricorn is failure, of not being noticed, of not being appreciated, of not being revered for their mastery of command. So yeah, so you worked hard, you were very powerful, but it cost you. It cost you your family life, it cost you your feelings, your emotions. You completely shut down that part of you. Anytime you have Capricorn in the South Node, you are shutting down your ability to feel, to ability to connect. The only thing you know is to direct, to bark orders, literally, to tell people what to do, because we have to keep going forward, because we have to keep going. That's what Capricorn does. Obstacles, let's go, guys. So you sacrificed a lot in order to achieve. You sacrificed your home life, your family. You probably were away from your home. You probably never saw your kids. You probably never interacted with your wife. Your secretary probably sent, flowers to your wife or whoever you had, and everything. Somebody else took care of your emotional life. Somebody else took care of your family life. The only thing that you provided was financial security. Capricorn, you can count on Capricorn. Capricorn is the provider of the zodiac. It's that father figure that says, guys, I got you. I'm going to make the money so you guys can have food to eat and clothes, and you can have a roof over your head. That's the good thing about Capricorn. They're very, very strong like that. And if you are a girl with Capricorn South Node, you're very tough. One tough bitch. I have that. So I'm speaking from experience. You are like a dude when it comes to power, when it comes to barking orders, when it comes to being efficient. So if you are a woman with Capricorn in the 10th, you're a tough lady. You are somebody who, general in the skirt. We have that saying in Russian, is a general wearing a skirt. Somebody who, iron lady like Margaret Thatcher, somebody like that. Somebody who did not have a good home life, who did not have a good relationship with her kids, but she was out there leading her country. And that was the beauty of it. That was what she contributed. So now in this lifetime, with North Node in Cancer in the 4th, you are here to literally walk away from the spotlight, walk away from leadership positions. You can be a leader, but you have to put your family first. You have to put your own comfort first. You cannot sit there and work nights and never get any sleep. You cannot, work and forget to eat. You cannot be inside, looking at documents in the computer screen and not go outside for a walk. You have to nurture yourself. You have to find your comfort zone. Your comfort zone used to be the world at large. Your comfort zone used to be the boardroom. You're very comfortable in the boardroom, but you're very uncomfortable in the kitchen probably. And if you were to stay at home, you'd go nuts because you'd be like, oh my God, what am I doing here? You know. But the beauty is that if you just slow down just once, even though it's uncomfortable, even though you feel like it's a waste of time to sit at home and do nothing, it's the best thing for you because you are so tired of being out there. And I guarantee you in this lifetime, if you keep going that route of achievement, of purpose, of I have to achieve, I have to keep going, I have to get, you know, more power, more recognition, more respect, more authority, you will never be happy. You will never be happy. Your partners will leave you. You will not have emotional intimacy. You'll never get to know your kids. You cannot do that again, guys, because you've done that before. In this lifetime, you want to experience closeness. You want to experience family. You want to have babies. And more than likely, a friend of mine has this position. He has like 3 kids. And he's awesome. He's still in charge. He's still like a director or something. But he's at home. He's working from home. He's got kids. He's a great provider for them. With Capricorn in the 10th, you're going to be a great provider for your family. You will. Financially, your family will be set. But you're not here to give them just money. You're here to give them your warmth. You're here to be vulnerable, to put on your pajamas and sit down with them and watch a movie. You're not here to retire to the freaking library in the house and work on a project. No, that's a no-no. You know, because if you keep going this route, you will be lonely again. And that brings me to the point with Capricorn in the South in the 10th, there was a lot of loneliness surrounding you. Yes, you were important, and yes, people respected you, and yes, you had you achieved a lot on the world scheme. You were probably CEO of the year, most influential person ever on the cover of Time magazine, but inside you were lonely. You know how they say it's very lonely at the top? That's about you. So in this lifetime, if you keep going this way, you're going to be lonely. And Capricorn, that, you know, Capricorn is actually longing. It's actually longing for closeness, but he doesn't know how to achieve that. So you're going to get to know that through your family, through your home. You know, spend more time at home. Spend more time in your house. Nurture your house. Make your house very comfortable, very cozy, warm, with lots of food, with lots of, a fireplace, flowers, a place where you want to come home to, because you didn't have a home before. And your home was your boardroom. That's where you felt good. Now you're yearning to be among your family, holidays, be around them. You can still be a provider for them. You can still be that rock for them, but you also have to nurture them on that emotional level. Come and read them bedtime stories. Get interested in what they do. Get interested in your kids. Get interested in what makes them happy, and you have it being so strong, you can pass that on to them. With the Capricorn South Node, you're not here to forget about that strength that's within you. You're here to inspire others and nurture them to become leaders, and nurture them to be fearless and to say, no matter how big the obstacle is, you can do it, because I know how that feels, because I've done it. Because a lot of people are very scared. They're scared to take responsibility, So yeah, spend time with your family, nurture your family, provide for them, have lots of babies. Find that softer side of you, especially the girls that have this position. Find that part in you that wants to maybe cook something, or maybe wants to sew something, or maybe wants to, be closer to home. Find things to do at home. You can take charge if you want to, but do it at home, in your life, in your home life, with your neighbors. Get to know your parents, spend time with your parents. You probably have a lot of burnt bridges with your family. Get to know your parents, be with them, spend time with them. You're going to have a lot of tense family relations, because your attention is going to be called to home, because you've been away from home for so long that you don't have a home. So you're here to establish a home. Get your own house, your own family with comfort, cozy, warm. So don't be afraid to be at home, because you'll find a lot of beauty in being at home and being with your family. A lot. You're going to feel so satisfied, more satisfied than you would be if you were to keep going in the corporate world and achieving and, walking over everybody just to get to the top. You will never be satisfied if you keep going that way. Okay? True satisfaction is going to come from finding your home, your emotions, you know, connecting to your emotions, connecting to your vulnerabilities, admitting what you're afraid of. You know, it's so hard for you to admit what you're afraid of because Capricorn in the 10th would never allow others to see him or her as weak. It's a no-no, a no-no. So you're here to open up to your family and say, guys, you know, I know I look like I'm tough, but guys, I really am so scared of blah, 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 blah. And then let them, you know, listen to you and you listen to them and just nurture, nurture, nurture. All about nurture. Okay? All right.